Hello, everyone. I was watching a little bit of a Darth Dawkins versus Mr. Batman video. Even though I saw it so many times, but yeah. What's up, everyone? Um, I hope that people will show up. Yeah. Oh, the new theropod um that's been discovered. Tar, whatever the name is. Terminator. Yeah. Would do the same thing as their rivals and probably humans as well. Although I do believe that Smilodon teeth are still fragile, this could be an accident. Hello, Gus. Um, those. Those. Um, oh, hey, Antony. Yeah, you can join. Give me a second. Um, I'm just texting someone on Facebook. Give me a second. Um, Antony. Where? Shit. Oh, fuck me. Damn phone. Laptop. Come on, you motherfucker. Fuck. I'm looking for Antony's Facebook. There he is. Here's the link. There we go. Yep. He still has his Facebook. Now I will wait till he joins. If it doesn't work, I will link it into the live stream. Only for Antony. No one else. I'm sorry to be a dick, Gus, but those are the rules. I know, yes, that makes hypocritical, but I like to talk to Antony. Not to mention, I kind of like to talk to people one at a time. Oh, but it also depends, really. Yeah. I send you the link, Antony. Just tell me that that it. Just tell me that it's not. It's you're in. Oh shit. That was loud. Oh shit. Hello.
Hey.
Hi. It's been a while.
Yeah, I know. Well, I've been not only dealing with just getting a lot of my academic stuff behind me, but you know,
Hello, Don Diego.
hi there. Just released a new video. Um that's related to, of course, Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. Its first, and I was basically talking about its first Halloween episode, Life's a Masquerade. And it really started things with a bang. After all, my take on, anything that involves Power Rangers in terms of holiday episodes, the Halloween episodes are the ones that own. They are the ones that own because they're a lot more entertaining. The Christmas episodes, i.e., I'm Dreaming of a White Ranger, A Season to Remember, and Alpha's Magical Christmas, I would kind of avert from them. I'm Dreaming of a White Ranger is not that bad, but the climax is absolutely underwhelming. Just absolutely underwhelming. A Season to Remember is much worse. Alpha's Magical Christmas. The only problem I had with Alpha's Magical Christmas is that it's so freaking sugary, syrupy, and saccharine. Thank God that the Halloween episodes, namely Life's a Masquerade, Trick or Treat, Zed's Monster Mash from Mighty Morphin, and It Came from Angel Grove from Zeo. It's a Mystery to Me, also from Zeo, and Carlos the Count. Oh, and lest I forget about Lord Zed's Monster Heads. These are the ones that I am working on in terms of tributes. So do expect these videos to be released.
I see.
On top
For
of that,
me,
I've been wanting to do something related to Are You Afraid of the Dark for quite some time now.
I've been doing good. I just hang out with my friend today. We were watching a lion documentary, and yeah, um, I next month I am going to Aruba.
Wow.
Yeah, it's
I've
in one of the
also I've also
what?
taken an English tutoring job too, so
Really? You went to that?
yeah.
You went to Aruba?
No, I never been to Aruba, but sounds like a really lovely place.
Yeah, except for that, it's at least that it's well, it's in the Caribbean islands, I believe. So, yeah, but at least it's not like far, far. At least not that I know of.
Mhm. Right.
Um, yeah. Um, shit. What was I gonna say? I forget.
Um,
Um. Oh. So. I was dealing with some shit. Back in the summer
mm,
with Paleo Nerd again and stuff like that. But it's a long story.
gee.
Yeah.
Yeah, what's he been up to again?
Well, he made a couple of videos on me
Uh-huh.
because first of all, I made a rant video on a guy who I had a fight on Facebook like a couple of years ago. Well,
Gee.
I was kind of doing an apology video, but I made a rant though at the same time, which I shouldn't have, but it was just stuck in my
Mm,
head. And secondly, it wasn't about him, it was someone else. But I don't know why
right.
he made a video on me because it wasn't about him anyway in the beginning of the video. Well, on the first video he did of me, but whatever.
Mm.
I don't know. It feels like that Paleo Nerd has mental problems and yeah.
Sort of how a hard time moving on.
What?
It's like he almost has a hard time moving on.
Well, yeah, but he said that he's not going to make videos on me, and he doesn't want to make, and I'm not making videos on him anymore either. Well,
Well,
yeah,
at least you call it quits with him.
Yeah, even though that at the end, but his last video of me, like in the beginning, he did say that don't bother the trolls. That they
Yeah.
he is right because like I did make fun of like some of these people on the internet who disagree with me or act like a clown. You know, I
Mm,
put them on the community tab or I made response videos. Matter of fact, yesterday I just made a video on this one person on Facebook who I had to deal with. You know, and he was on Paleo Nerds comment section. So yeah,
right.
but it's done with. You know,
Mm,
and you know he is right because I don't. If you deal with trolls, they will make fun of you more and more and more if
definitely.
you make response videos. And there was also like way back in the day, I was watching a Dragon Ball YouTuber named Quaman, which I still like Quaman, but he had a fan named Ronnie, and he was a 12-year-old kid at the time, I believe.
Um,
And
mhm.
he made some response videos on some trolls. And I don't want to be like Ronnie's situation way back in the day,
Oh
you
dear.
know, because
Mm,
I don't want to be like that.
nobody wants to be like that anymore.
Yeah.
I think it's also because people, I mean, we as people, sometimes we do have a hard time trying to move on and just, you know, live and let live. There are just those who, and also there are some who don't really think critically until experience bites them in the ass.
Yeah.
I've also dealt with a lot of people who've been disagreeing with me on my thoughts on Kagome because they think, oh, he's being misogynist. But it's like, I always keep telling myself, if these people call me a misogynist, then why is it that I love strong heroines? It doesn't make
Heroin.
sense. Heroines.
Oh, I was going to say, you're into heroin. I'm like, what the hell? I'm just, you know, I was just joking. Hello? I think your camera um froze or something. Hello, Rex. Oh, did you see the How Long Good Argentinosaurus figure? It's huge.
Yeah, sorry about that. My connection got a bit wonky, but
I was making a joke like I thought that like you said heroin, and
yeah.
I'm like, what the fuck?
Talking about hero, I mean, it's like you try to explain to these people that just because I didn't like Kagome Higurashi from Inuyasha doesn't mean I hate women. I mean, you're looking at a guy who loves the pants off of Taylor Earhart, um, Maya, and Ashley Hammond, aka my three most favorite Yellow Rangers from the Saban era. And especially when you're counting the likes of Trini, Aisha, and Tanya, other favorite Yellow Rangers that I love so much. And let's not forget about Katie, who I think is so underrated, and Kelsey, who I think does need a lot more appreciation. And of course, I am totally indebted into my admiration for Kimberly Ann Hart, Kat Hillard, or Catherine Hillard, Cassie Chan, Kendricks Morgan, Carone, Dana Mitchell, Jen Scotts, aka Queen Jen Scotts, Queen of the Pink Rangers, and let's not forget about Alyssa and Relay. Oh, and to answer your question, Mr. Dino Diego, it's pretty tough for me to choose a favorite Power Rangers character. Okay, now, if I were to choose a favorite Red Ranger, Wes Collins. without a doubt. He's diplomatic, he's heroic, and he's an earnest Red Ranger. I would even count Eric Myers as one of my favorite Red Rangers because he's a Red Ranger who doesn't really play by the rules. And yes, he's also from the same series, Power Rangers Time Force. So Wes and Eric make the cut for me. When it comes to Black Rangers, it's a tie it's a tie between Zach Taylor and Adam Park. Zach is a lot more extroverted and exuberant, whereas with Adam, he's more he's more analytical and thoughtful. Blue Rangers, I'd go with I would go with Billy Cranston. And I'm gonna say it anyway. I think Lucas Kendall needs more love. I just don't like the way that Lucas gets dragged on just because he just seems like this edgy and just way too distant blue time force ranger. His character development is a little bit more subtle. It's not totally in your face, it's a lot more subtle. Yellow Rangers, Taylor Earhart. I love Taylor Earhart, without a doubt. And for Pink Rangers, for me, it's a tie between Jen Scotts and Kendricks Morgan. Green Rangers, this is going to be fun. I love Tommy Oliver, without a doubt. And for Silver Rangers, Zane, and Gold Rangers, Jason, Jason, White Rangers, Tommy. There you go.
Huh. Interesting.
But I also love both Jason and Tom. I also love both Tommy and Jason as Red Rangers.
Yeah, the Red Rangers are always the leader, right?
Usually the leaders. Here's something fun because when Austin St. John, or here's a bit of trivia that I'm pretty sure you're all aware of. When Austin St. John, Walter Manuel Jones, and Tui Trang demanded for more pay and wanted to be unionized, Saban didn't really didn't really buy their arguments, so they kind of protested. So then came the likes of Steve Cardenas as Rocky, the new Red Ranger, John Young Bosch, the new Black Ranger, and Karen Ashley, the new Yellow Ranger. And when Rocky came into the mix as the new Red Ranger, he was not the leader. In fact, it was Tommy. I mean, of course, Tommy is the White Ranger. I get why he ended up being there because there was this whole discourse surrounding kids wanting Jason David Frank to return to the Power Rangers franchise because obviously he was the face of the Power Rangers franchise, first as the Green Ranger and eventually the White Ranger. And there was a lot of talk about another actor replacing Jason David Frank as the new White Ranger, i.e., Brad Hawkins. But kids kind of protested about Jason David Frank leaving Power Rangers, so JDF came back, became the new White Ranger and eventually new leader. And I would say that in Zeo, Tommy earned his stripes as the Red Ranger. He really earned his stripes.
Interesting. And the Blue Ranger is always the smartest, right?
In Billy's case, yes, he's usually the smartest. TJ's case and in space, yeah, he proved himself to be intelligent and just as much of a leader. But sometimes Blue Rangers are also known for being the Lancer. I mean, go ask Rocky when he was a Blue Ranger in Zeo. Oh, and another Blue Ranger who's a smart one, Justin Stewart, aka the youngest Power Ranger, when Blake Foster first played him as a 12-year-old boy.
Oh,
And then another Blue Ranger who was a Lancer, Kai Chen. Chad, he is physically intelligent. Lucas, he's more of a lancer. Max, he's he's more well known for being, well, the youngest of the team. Um, and here's a trend about Yellow Rangers. They're usually the most protective ones.
And they're always female, right?
In Japan, a good chunk of Yellow Rangers are originally male.
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
Yeah. If you watch some of the Sentai series they were based on, like Kyoryu Sentai Zyurenja all the way up to Kakurenja, you'll realize that the Yellow Rangers were boys. And then by the time Orenja came along, the Sentai series that Zio adopted from, the Yellow Ranger is a woman. Then came Car Ranger. Yellow Ranger was a woman. And then Mega Ranger, the Yellow Ranger was a woman. Gingaman, Yellow Ranger was a guy. Same thing goes for Gogo 5 and Time Ranger and Gao Ranger. A female Blue Ranger or female Red Ranger. Well, there has been, well, at least in the Super Sentai series, there was the first female Blue Ranger was from Liveman, and her name was Megumi. And then there was another female Blue Ranger from the Super Sentai series, Jetman, Ako. But in terms of the Power Rangers franchise, we would see our first female Blue Ranger in Tori in Ninja Storm. That was mainly from the Disney era.
Yeah, I remember that.
Oh, yeah. The first female Red Ranger was actually from SPD, but she was not from the main cast. She was more of an evil ranger. She was Charlie, and she was member of the A Squad. And in Power Rangers Samurai, you know, when Saban bought back the Power Rangers franchise, there was a female Red Ranger, and that was Jaden's older sister, Lauren. I still feel sad that she didn't end up being a part of the main cast as a seventh Ranger. It's just sad. Oh, that's totally cool, Monster Versa. That's totally cool. But when it comes to another female Red Ranger, after after um I remember that there was one in Dino Fury, Cosmic Fury. Hunter Dino's character, yeah, Hunter Dino's character played her, and was the uh Red Ranger in that. Hang on, let me check. I forgot her name. I forgot
And I know
I
that the
forgot her
Green
character's name.
Ranger, I know that the Green Ranger played an instrument.
Yeah, it was a flute.
Yeah,
Oh,
a flute.
Amelia. Excuse me. Amelia. Yeah, Amelia Jones. Yeah, I haven't really caught up with the newer seasons of Power Rangers. I've been mostly catching up with the Saban era, the OG Saban era, and the Disney era. Those are my go-to Power Rangers seasons. Anything from Mighty Morphin all the way up to RPM. Samurai, in hindsight, is okay, but I feel like it started a trend in which it was rehashing story elements from Mighty Morphin. It got worse in Megaforce and Super Megaforce, where it just pretty much felt like you're watching all three seasons of Mighty Morphin in Megaforce's case, and a season of Zeo in Super Megaforce's case. It's just it just doesn't really smell of innovation or creativity. But then things started to pick up speed with Dino Charge, and of course, to some extent, Super Dino Charge. Ninja Steel, well, it's like when you still have the mighty formula on you, or rehash that Mighty Morphin formula, you know it's a problem. And you wonder why I deeply care for seasons such as Time Force or In Space or Lost Galaxy, RPM, SPD, Dino Thunder, and Ninja Storm, because they knew how to play with the formula so effectively. Time Force, I loved it for its maturity. I know that there are some people who don't like Lucas as a character, and that's totally fine, or who also feel that the likes of Katie and or Trip should have had a lot more development. And some people feel that Eric, Wes, and Jen had almost way too much development. But I still argue that Time Force's writing can overcome whatever shortcoming it had, because it's not only about changing your destiny, but it's also about, prejudice and how people can overcome prejudice with understanding and not with violence and hatred. So you have to also realize that Time Force was also released in the year that September 11 happened, and that was back in 2001. So there was a good chunk of stuff that I'm pretty sure was edited, and this was also the Power Rangers series that was also affected by 9/11.
Oh, I didn't know
Yeah.
that.
And then when you go to In Space, people say that this is the Power Rangers episode that saved the franchise. Because look, you got 3 seasons of Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, 1 season of Zeo, and 1 season of Turbo. And in the first half of Turbo, you could kind of already tell that the likes of Jason David Frank, Johnny Young Bosch, Nakia Baris, and Catherine Sutherland, it was like they were still kind of there, but it was just that Nakia Baris and Johnny Young Bosch still wanted to stay. But at that time, Jason David Frank and Catherine Sutherland wanted to do something else. Well, especially Jason David Frank. I mean, how many years was he still going to be Tommy, right? Obviously, he could never be pigeonholed in that character for that much longer, but we as Power Rangers fans still remember him as Tommy, no doubt about that. And of course, Turbo tried to mix it up with having a Kid Ranger, Justin. Not to mention having a power transfer with a new Red Ranger, a new Green Ranger, a new Yellow Ranger, and a new Pink Ranger. So already by the end of Turbo, things were starting to change. And then by the time In Space happened, we had a lot more mature storylines, especially revolving around Andros and his lost sister Carone, in which, oh, you realize that Carone was Astronema, and now it is up to him to save his sister. And there's just a whole lot of stakes going on In Space, especially when the main Rangers of Andros, Carlos, TJ, Ashley, and Cassie face against the Psycho Rangers. Oh, yeah. And the Psycho Rangers definitely gave the main Rangers a run for their money, and they had to think not only with physical prowess, but also their minds. And that's why people and, well, viewers have also respected these characters a lot more. TJ was able to use his brain in terms of tricking the Psycho Rangers and realizing that brawn doesn't solve the problem. Using your brain does. Using your mind does in order to defeat an enemy. And that's what makes In Space absolutely awesome in its own special way. And Lost Galaxy was a worthy sequel. it also dealt with as much mature topics, and also just made me feel a lot more for a great chunk of the characters. And there you go. I still consider Time Force, In Space, and Lost Galaxy as my three favorite seasons of all time, with Time Force acquiring the gold medal, In Space acquiring the silver, and Lost Galaxy acquiring the bronze. As well, in terms of Saban era Power Ranger series. For Disney era, I'm gonna stay with RPM as my number one. Number two would be Dino Thunder. Number three would be SPD. And number four would be Jungle Fury, or a tie between Jungle Fury and Ninja Storm. But really,
Interesting.
the Disney series, the Disney era of the Power Rangers series were all damn good. I know that some people like to complain about Operation Overdrive, but I think most of the complaints are kind of like completely overblown.
Huh. Well, I don't know too much about Power Rangers. No offense.
That's okay. Well, Mr. Dino Diego, I love the theme songs of Power Rangers Time Force, Power Rangers in Space, Power Rangers Lost Galaxy, Power Rangers Jungle Fury, Power Rangers Ninja Storm, Power Rangers Dino Thunder, and Power Rangers SPD. Oh, that's cool. That's cool, Mr. Dino Diego. That's cool.
Um,
Yeah. And that's why even when looking back at Power Rangers, there are times I still feel kind of sorry for the Neo Saban episodes, because looking back at them, I kind of realized that the biggest problem with them was just the constant reuse of the Mighty Morphin formula, you know?
huh. Um, what was I gonna say? Um, oh, did you see the actual police footage of Chris Chan getting arrested?
I don't want to involve myself with Christian. I don't want to give that I don't want to give that guy any more attention because, well,
Uh,
I've
well,
only heard about what's happened to him, but
this was like months ago, but
I
this
say he deserved it. I say that lunatic deserves it.
yeah, but it's too bad he was released though. But it's like finally there's actual police footage that he was arrested at the time.
Yeah.
Um,
I
have you
just
ever
don't care for
heard?
Christian. I just don't. I just do not care for Christian. Sorry to interrupt you, but I really just do not care for Christian at all.
Have you
I
ever
know
heard
that he has
of?
special needs, but the stuff that he's been doing is just so freaking sick and depraved. It is so pathetic.
Yeah. Oh, have you heard of Daniel Larson before?
I might have heard him once or twice. I think you might have talked to me about him.
Yeah, he's in prison.
Hmm, good for him.
Yeah, he was at he was threatening the White House. Let's just say.
Jackass.
Yeah, he also has like mental problems because he's schizophrenic.
Mm-hmm.
and like he beats himself up, and he one time like he did a number of himself, like he had a bloody nose.
Whoa, that
And
was.
there were actually some trolls that they were like going to like hurt him or like jump him or whatever. And he says,
Mhm.
"Stop! The motel's trying to kill me! The motel's trying to kill me!"
That's crazy.
Yeah, yeah, and he was beating the hell out of his friend Bob.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Can't
um,
believe it.
yeah. And there's another locale on the internet named Cyrax.
I
I
don't
don't
like
know.
to give these lol cows any of my attention. I really do not want to because they're not worth my time, they're not worth my efforts, and they're not worth jack shit, in my opinion.
Oh, have you heard of Jack Doherty before?
No.
Oh, well, let's just say that Jack Doherty's like is a punky kid. He does like quote unquote prank videos, but they're not prank videos, they're harassment videos. But anyways, he got into a car accident. You know what he did? He was speeding like a 70 or 100 miles an hour, dilly
Mhm.
dally on his phone in the
What?
live stream, and it was raining
Ugh.
outside, and he and his friend got into a car accident, and he didn't even give a shit about his friend. He just said, yo, I need to record
That's why
this. I
you
need to
do not
record this
use your
car.
phone in freaking cars. Jeez.
Yeah. He's attention whore. Like this dude literally looks like a teenage boy still, and yet he still he needs to grow the fuck up.
Yeah.
Like, I hope that his friend sues him because like he didn't like it's like he didn't really give a shit about his friend.
Mm.
He actually cared about his car more than his friend. He actually appeared on the Dr. Phil show, and he got kicked out because he was interrupting Dr. Phil.
Gosh.
Yeah, he was like 17 years old.
He's he's calling too much attention to himself.
He only cares about himself but his uh priceless items. Yeah, that's how much of kind of a scumbag Jack Doherty is.
Mm. That's why I don't like to
Oh,
give him attention. I do not like to
and
give that guy attention.
one time he almost got beat up
Mm-hmm.
because he like he actually was bumping someone at the mall, and he was like doing this,
God.
and he bumped someone acting like a tough guy, and then the guy was trying to attack was trying to go after him, but his security like stopped him. And then and then Jack Doherty says, "What do you want to do? What do you want to do? What do you do?"
Mm.
Like he's such a punk.
God.
Yeah. And then there
Mm.
was Neon, who is another kind of like Jack Doherty, but actually was saying to this professional MMA fighter, like, what happens if you get knocked out in the ring? Will you retire? And then
Mhm.
the UFC fighter and his crew went after Neon, and he said, "No, I'm sorry, I'm sorry." Like
Jeez.
he literally looks like a fucking pencil. Like
A
like
twig.
he's
Gee.
yeah, he's weak. And he got beaten up by 11-year-old, an
Oh my
MMA
God.
fighter 11-year-old kid.
Jeez.
And he's banned because he wanted to fight one of the presidents in MMA,
That's
but yeah, Neon oh, and one time Neon says that, "Oh, I'll give you $100 if you find me or beat me up or whatever." It turns out there was a bunch of guys that were in the hood, like Neon was in the hood, and then they embarrassed the hell out of him.
gods.
Yeah, he's like another, like both Jack Doherty and Neon are locals, but I think that they're a different type of locals. They're more of the clownish locals, while Chris Chan and Daniel Larson and Cyrax, they're more of the creepy locals, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But I'm fascinated with locales on how stupid they are.
Right.
Yeah. Like,
Well, not just stupid, but just how out of touch.
yeah. Because we have a society now that we have like these weird ass kids that go on their TikTok videos and try to do pranks and quote unquote and do whatever, but yet they're
Yeah.
not really pranks, they're harassments.
Yeah, not to mention that it's just also disrupting the peace. How could you even call these things innocent pranks? I mean, when does an innocent prank stop and destruction start?
Oh, and there was one prankster that he got shot, a YouTuber prankster. He got shot in the stomach,
Oh my
but
god.
luckily he was okay. But yet they had the shooter. They had to take his gun away.
Oh
I'm
shit.
sorry, but like the prankster is an intimidating dude. Like he's like 6 foot something, and
Mm-hmm.
yet he looks like he looked like he was gonna beat up the guy. Which obviously it's a
Right.
prank, but still, you never know. Like people out there, get very a little scared. Like if I encountered him, I would be scared, and I
Yeah,
would,
exactly.
and if I had a gun, I would probably shoot him if I
Mm,
had the chance. But you know, but it's self defense. Of course, you never know. And
mm.
also, like even the parent, she even said that. Well, I adore him, but I hope that I do support his prank videos and stuff like that. Which
God.
obviously it's like the parents are fucked up too.
Mm. No surprise then.
Yeah.
Yeah, the parents really are also to blame for, unfortunately, letting their kids run amok and not
Yeah.
have any boundaries.
Yeah.
And that's something I do not like about certain parents. And I like to say a PSA to parents out there, please set some healthy boundaries for your children so that they learn how to mind their own business, learn how to respect other people, but also don't abuse them. Never, ever, ever, ever abuse your kids. Show them love the right way and in a healthy way. Show them that they can, you know, make good connections, but they also have to learn when too close is too close.
Yeah. Yeah. He Some pranks do go way too far. Oh, and there's also like there was this bucket challenge that they were, well,
Mhm.
not challenge, but there was this bucket prank that they were doing, and they had this guy like dumped a bucket onto this people's head, and one of the victims actually broke her collarbone.
Jeepers.
Yeah, and that's actually kind of scary. Like
Oh
I
man.
like pranks, but I don't like those types of pranks. You see, I like to do pranks on people who I know. Those are the type of pranks that you should do, not random ass people.
Right.
Yeah. Like for example, I could prank you, for example, even though I don't want to, but I'm just using you as an example.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but I'm not gonna. Yeah, I also like Jackass. Jackass. They're more of the professionals because they know what the hell they're doing and they respect people. These people don't respect people.
Mm.
Yeah, like even Eric Andre. Like I love the Eric Andre pranks. I don't know if you ever heard of Eric Andre
Of
before.
course. I
Oh,
enjoy
you do?
him.
Yeah, he's funny and he does it professionally. You know, Sacha Baron Cohen playing as Borat and Bruno and Ali G. Those are
Hmm.
funny and those are professional.
Right.
Yeah. Matter of fact, I always wanted to be like those guys of people just trolling around and like being ass, but
Mm-hmm.
it turns out I'm never gonna be like that.
Right.
You know. But I'll show you the video on that kid that he got shot.
Mm. Don't want to think about it.
Shot. Hope I don't get copyrighted strike. Have you ever seen TMZ?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah, Jack Doherty was on TMZ too.
Gosh.
Yeah.
Video that led to the shooting of a notorious YouTube prankster. It's
Oh
shocking,
man.
never before seen video that led to the shooting of a notorious YouTube prankster. You can see the prankster. He's the 6'5" dude in the white baseball cap. His target is a guy named Alan Coley, and he's holding a bag of food he just picked up at the food court at the Dulles Town Center in Virginia. At one point, the 31-year-old Coley shoves the phone out of his face. But the prankster, 21-year-old Tanner Cook, is unrelenting. But the prankster
Oh.
never expected this reaction. A
Oh
bullet
my god.
to his stomach and liver. By some miracle, he survived. Coley was
Oh my-
arrested, and a jury just found him not guilty of aggravated malicious wounding. The prankster is seen leaving court with his mother after the verdict.
So I really don't care. I mean, it is what it is.
That was the first time I seen the video. No mom wants to see their son be shot by a complete stranger. We respect what the jury says.
Well, he pushed it too far. I
and
hate to
just
say
grateful and
this,
thankful
but
that-
really.
I have my son here.
His father says, in his opinion, the jury got it wrong.
Absolutely, that he was guilty. The 20-second video shows that in no way was his life on the line, and he did not need to have deadly force.
The prankster is being vilified online for his boorish behavior. The shooting was even a headline on SNL's Weekend Update back in April.
A Virginia man who pranks people for YouTube videos was shot while tricking someone in a mall. Good.
Cook's YouTube channel includes posing as a security guard, falsely accusing people of shoplifting.
Yeah, I've got a gentleman and a woman
God.
here trying to.
I support Tanner in whatever he decides to do, and I'm going to continue supporting him.
The only thing is what helps them stop.
Yeah,
Oh,
did you
boy.
hear of the mom? What she said? I will support whatever my son likes or whatever.
Yeah.
If I was a parent, I would say that
Sounds like
you gotta
enabling
quit this.
behavior.
yeah, even Jack Doherty's parents even told him that, but yeah, obviously that's not Jack Doherty, that's someone else. That was that
Mhm.
6-foot fella that I said.
Yeah.
Yeah. What are your thoughts?
Oh boy. I mean, I would say that both parties are in the wrong and that that
I mean,
guy,
it's self
I understand that the guy was trying to defend himself, but it's but he's also threatening the freaking peace in a mall.
well, you never know. That's the problem, you know. You never know what some lunatic might attack you.
Exactly.
You know, that's why it's self-defense.
I know.
You know, but they took his license away. I
Right.
heard the guy with the gun still got prosecuted because he had a gun in public.
Hmm.
Well, it depends on the state. Like I know that like in Texas, you can bring your guns everywhere, but I don't know where this was in. The state was
Hmm.
in, but yeah. But I don't know. But at least that the prankster's okay.
Mhm.
Yeah. Oh, anyways, Rex, did you see the Argentinosaurus figure? Because it's freaking huge. The Holland Good Argentinosaurus figure, it's like $300 something dollars. I'll show you the Holland Good Argentinosaurus. Like, oh, well, since it's probably Texas didn't take place in Texas. Oh, wait. Well, since this scene probably doesn't take in Texas, I think I did see it somewhere. It's huge. Look how big this is. And here's how big the Argentinosaurus comparison to the rest of the sauropod figures are. Like the Alamosaurus is the second largest now. Yeah. It's like $300 something dollars. I can't have that. I don't have a amount of that money. I love the trikes though. They're cool. Oh, and Eofauna has a Colombian mammoth. Here's Here's the Colombian mammoth. It's based on Zed, I believe. Oh, an American mastodon. Um, yeah. I mean, in your shoes, like were if you were in that situation, not the prankster, but that guy, would you defend yourself? Yes or no?
Yeah.
Of course you would. Which one you didn't see? You didn't see. Oh, you can turn on your camera if you want. Wait, what? You can turn on your camera off if you want. Oh, I guess I'll show you guys again the Eofauna Colombian mammoth. Give me 1 second. You guys see it now? I know Antony sees it, obviously.
Ah, yeah.
Really cool figure.
Mhm. Oh yeah.
Oh, there's the Ankylosaurus. I
Hmm.
forgot to show you guys it.
Oh,
Really awesome
lovely.
figure.
Grand.
I can see them better. Here's the American Mastodon.
Ah.
And the sauropod, the Argentinosaurus. Oh, and also it comes with the a Stegosaurine too, the Argentinosaurus. How long good? Where are you? How long good? There you are. Oh, there we go. Yeah, they do. They do look pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
And where's that Stegosaurine? I gotta go on Paleo Figures. Oh, fuck. Paleo Figure. Oh. I know you don't care about prehistory, Antony, but yeah. Oh, Recur has a
Prehistory is
Spinosaurus.
interesting. No worries.
Oh,
Prehistory is interesting. So that was pretty much my jam ever since I was a very little kid.
oh, really? I
So
didn't know that.
it was part of back then. If you knew me from like late elementary school, you kind of realized that I was so big on history.
Oh, here's the species. Here's the species of Stegosaurine. Honglia. Here. I personally like the Ankylosaurus. Oh, the Hollangood. I mean, not the Hollangood. The Eofauna Ankylosaurus. Yeah, it's pretty cool. My only problem is that with the Columbia Mammoth, I wish it was more. I wish it was grayish, but like in most early, like in some depictions of Paleomedia, but they wanted to do a bit different, which I can understand. Oh, and the How Long Good has is coming out. Just a little rumor, maybe a Tyrannosaurus, but yeah, it's just that like as you can see, it looks like it has a pussy mouth. But yeah, even though that I said that it looks like a sex toy, and people start laughing at it.
Hmm.
Oh, W Dragon made a Spinosaurus. Despite that, it's a little bit inaccurate because now Spinosaurus is not semi-aquatic, but it's still cool in my opinion. Which one, Dino Diego? Oh, and here's one of my favorite How Long Good Triceratops. Well, my favorite Triceratops figures. That's my favorite trike. Really cool. I hope to get them someday.
May I see it again, please?
The trike.
Mm-hmm. Ooh, Triceratops. Nice.
Yeah. There's also another color version of this guy.
Mhm.
Here it is.
Right on.
Yeah.
Grand.
I still like the design of that Spinosaurus. Yeah, the only problem is that it has osteoderms. The only, but it's still cool, even though that it's inaccurate. But it's still cool, I guess. Like, if you, I zoomed in, but you notice that it has osteoderms. Down Diego with the Spinosaurus W Dragons. Yeah, I'm not a fan of it. Also, the W Dragons Tyrannosaurus, I am not a fan of it, but my friend loves it because of the whole.
The Pteranodon.
No,
Or a Pteranodon or a saber-toothed tiger. You like
Saber-tooth
any
cat.
of those? Ooh.
Oh well, Creative B Studio just did a Smilodon figure, a saber-tooth
Ooh.
cat.
Oh, okay.
Oh, and they just did a woolly mammoth series, not on Kickstarter or anything, but called Eon's Team from PBS. Here's the mammoth.
Right. Ooh, nice. Absolutely majestic.
Yeah. Oh, and there's like a 1/18th scale. And it's huge, but it's like $200.
Dang.
Yeah. Here's another mammoth with the calf.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, here's the Smilodon.
Ooh.
Yeah, and here's
Dang.
the The Kickstarter
In black?
version.
In black? I usually
Yeah.
see them in yellow ochre.
Yeah. Here's this one that I'm getting. I'm not getting the armor or the man figure or anything. I'm just getting the Smilodon itself. Yeah, I'll show you
Right.
another depiction of the Smilodon. Oh. Here it is.
Awesome.
Yeah, you can remove the mane because I am not a fan of Smilodon with a mane. I don't know why, but I
Huh.
think that
It happens,
that
really.
yeah, I know that it's speculation and all, but I'm just not really a fan of it. And here's the Allosaurus. Creative Beast Studio. Yeah.
Right.
Tyrannotherium, did you see the Dragon Ball game? Not a fan of Dragon Ball. I heard that all these new abilities. I heard that. Yeah, I can't wait to get that game. I actually pre-order it, the standard edition, so yeah, I'm actually very excited. It's coming out my pre-order is coming out on the 17th, I believe. So yeah. My friends are talking about. Yeah, everybody's talking about it. The design of the mammoth looks good. Which one? The Columbia Mammoth or the Creative Beast Studios woolly mammoth? But oh, hello, the Electro Dino 75 or LBT 75. Oh, my arm's killing me. He said hello. I think the black yeah, it does look amazing. I can't wait to do a project of it too. It's all right. It's because I've been showing everyone the new figures that are coming out this year, and my hand is just falling asleep, you could say. But yeah, I'm actually want to do a project of the black Smilodon and I guess the tabby Smilodon, and they're doing they're kind of fighting each other out, but they're making love, but they're not mating. They're just playing around, doing being cats, because there are cats. Yeah, there's no need to apologize, LBT. It's just that's what happens. You try to show figures on the phone. Oh, and here's the Dilophosaurus. It looks better than the Kickstarter version, but I still disagree that Dilophosaurus did not had feathers. It did not had feathers. Oh, and I also am getting the theropod base because my Dryptosaurus figure is keeping falling, so I had to use the Rebor stand. But yeah. Oh, and here's the figures themselves. There's the Deinonychus, woolly mammoth, saber-tooth cat that was not painted at the time, but now it's painted. Yeah. I mean, maybe you should get the Guanlong guts, even though it's expensive as fuck. But yeah, yeah, the Allosaurus is pretty cool, but I'm getting the Smilodon. I hope to get the Smilodon someday. Maybe. Oh yeah, you just said that. I also want to get the unpainted Rex figures from Creative Beast Studios. That way I could someone to customize them for me. But we'll have to see. Shit, what was I gonna say? Oh, do you collect figures? Um, goddamn, I try and remember your name. Antony.
Yes.
Do you collect figures?
I used to when I was a lot younger, but nowadays it's kind of out of my reach.
Oh, I was just wondering because I collect a shit ton of figures.
Mhm.
I think the Dilophosaurus would have a bristle feathers. I mean, I don't know. The problem is that the Dilophosaurus isn't in the Coelurosaur group, but then again, Megalosaurus didn't had some species of Megalosaurus had feathers though, but I don't know. I mean, maybe it would, but they wouldn't have the shaggy coat of feathers like in Creative Beast Studios. I'm also, but and also like some people even put like the quote unquote testicles on the Dilophosaurus faces. I'm like, seriously, come on, artists. I collect science. I know, Gus, because I see it on your Instagram. I mean, I would love to collect some science fiction some fictional figures, but yeah. Let's see here. Derry Nash. There he is. Oh, and this isn't my collection, but Derry Nash has a shit ton of Stegosaur collections.
Interesting.
I will show you guys his collection. A lot. Yes, he does. And he has like everything, like every dino figure ish. Like he has like Safari Limited, he has Papo, PNSO, Rebor, everything.
Hmm.
Yeah. So you think you'll ever come back to America?
We'll see. We'll see. I mean, I'm kind of aiming for Hawaii.
Well, that's sort of part of America-ish, kind of.
Mm,
I know that Hawaii has a lot of earthquakes.
mm. I think the main reason is also because of why I'm thinking about Hawaii is also because of the people. I think there's also that close sense of community that I kind of feel, you know?
Huh.
I mean, it's just a sort of, that's just one of them. The other thing is, well, it's not. I mean, if you go to like the more rural areas, it's not as super flashy. I know that it's also one of the touristy spots, like whether you go to Honolulu or Waikiki or Maui. But other than that, it's something that I could consider, especially when I have a go at university teaching. Yeah.
Oh, really? I didn't know you're a teacher.
I'm aiming to be
So,
aiming to be one.
so what are you going to be? A science teacher or
No,
math?
not necessarily with the sciences, but I'd love to busy myself with the humanities.
Oh, yeah, you're
Uh,
gonna be a professor or something, right?
well, dealing with well, not just with the humanities, but also dealing with some like in the artistic route and the media and artistic route, because those are my fields of interest.
Oh, so you're gonna be an art teacher and media teacher.
Not necessarily art teacher, but because my degree when I was doing my bachelor's was in English, or yeah, English studies, and musicology is my minor, and my master's American studies.
Huh.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it does kind of feel a little prehistoric-ish, even though that there's no fossils in Hawaii, which is kind of which is kind of weird, but it sucks really that there's no fossils in Hawaii.
Mm.
You still talk to Eric?
Yep.
Just wondering. I heard that he's moving.
Ah, I think
Oh shit,
from what
my
I
Dragon Ball video game's coming out tomorrow.
yeah
Holy shit.
from what I understand, he's been quite busy with new projects in the mix. So I can only wish him well.
Yeah. I'm thinking about getting his fossils. I don't know yet
Hmm.
because he's trying to get rid of some of his stuff because he's moving to um to Hollywood.
Hmm.
I just don't know when. He said next year.
Right.
I hope Jukebox Film shows up.
Pacific Rim looks interesting, although I never really saw the film in its entirety. It looks pretty fun though. But I think I owe it to myself to really sink my teeth into Blade Runner.
Huh. Um Shit, what was I gonna say?
All right. See you, Mr. Dino Diego.
Oh,
It was great seeing you again.
I'll see you, Dino Diego, as well. What was I gonna say? You think that oh, I'm feeling like to make fun of politics, even though that I don't talk about politics, but I want to make fun of people. Well, make fun of politic people because it's funny to make fun of them. What are your
Right.
thoughts?
Well, with politics, it's a pretty tough it's kind of a sticky situation in my opinion, because on the one hand, I'm not in favor of the two-party system, but on the other hand, I could see why it's such a hotly debated topic, because it's pretty much the source of a lot of debates. And when you think of politics, you kind of also think that it involves rights, thinking about the rights that are needed or are not needed, and sometimes I also think that there's just a whole lot of mouth service. It's almost like it's talk, 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 but where's the action? Just where is it?
Yeah, I get what you mean.
Mm.
But politics is just a waste of my time. But what I don't like is when people bring politics that has nothing to do with the community or the topic or whatever.
Hmm.
Like people bring politics and like hobbies and like it's just ridiculous.
Right.
Um they also bring in like a lot of like some stupid shit that has nothing to do with anything. Like
Mm.
I don't know. Like they say that, oh, it's my right to talk about this and this and that, blah 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 blah. I'm like, I don't care about your rights. Just shut the
Jeez.
fuck up and stop talking about politics before I
Mm.
smack you in the fucking mouth. I know that that's a bit
Mm.
harsh, but it feels like I want to smack him in the mouth.
Right. Right.
My dad told me that I'm going to vote, but nah, don't don't listen to your dad. Maybe he was joking, but
Mm.
also like the way I see it is that I'm just gonna make fun of them. Like you're like, for example, some so and so is a is a pork chop. So and so is a laughing person that laughs and looks like a sausage, and there and the other person is a marshmallow who shits his pants. That's what I'm gonna say. I refuse not to mention names because I don't like if I mention names, people are gonna freak the fuck out. So yeah. But it's fun to make fun of people with politics.
Mm.
I don't know. Yeah, and yeah, I can be a bit of a troll, but myself though, but at least that I'm just not the extreme, you could say. Not like the asshole trolls. If that makes sense.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh boy. Yeah. And politics. Well, spoiler alert. I just decided to go the libertarian route because let's face it, as I'm not in favor of the two-party system, and I don't really like what I've been seeing in anybody who's from the left, because I feel like people have started to lose their minds. It's just,
Everybody's losing their minds. Everyone.
it's just kind of insane, really, because I've tried. I think it's just this is probably what happens when when COVID has become the enfant
The god.
terrible of what's been going on in the 2020s, and people have started losing their shit. You know something's going wrong, and people have just stopped becoming normal.
Exactly. Like people are still talking about COVID and they're still worshiping COVID. It's like COVID's their god or whatever. I'm like,
Mhm.
COVID's not your god. COVID's like shut the fuck up. Stop talking about
Mm.
COVID. It's over.
Right.
Maybe you should do a rant video on election day. Maybe. I don't know yet. Probably I might piss people off though, but I don't know.
Hmm.
It's just that like if I probably do that, then Paleo Nerd's probably gonna do a response video on that, and then he'll be like blah 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 blah, 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 blah. Yeah.
Mm.
I don't know.
Yeah.
It's just that people I don't know. That's why I don't focus on that shit.
Hmm.
I don't. Um, what else is there? Oh, you play video games, right?
I used to. I mean, I've been always more of the fighting game dude growing up.
You know who's into politics? YouTube ads. Um, what are YouTube ads?
Mm. The ads that play before or during a video, or even at the end of the video.
Oh yeah, that. Yeah, yeah, that's true. But that's their business, not my business.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, commercials as well. Well, I'm gonna say this. I'm Tyrannotherium, and I approve this message. Suck your ass. That's what I'm gonna say.
Right. Well, I think I'm gonna call it quits right now.
Okay. I'll see
Anyway,
you later, Anthony.
all right.
It's nice to
Good
meet you
night.
again.
Lovely to see you again. And
Yeah.
please, guys, don't forget to subscribe to Tyrant Ethereum's channel and show him a lot of your support. Take care.
Yeah. Um. Yeah, it's really a waste of time, patience. But yeah. Although I did like how Jukebug Films' friend mentioned about me saying that, oh, Tyrannotherium, um, the rule is we will talk about we won't talk about politics. We won't do this and that and whatever. And that was actually pretty cool. It's too bad though he passed away though. And that sucked. I wanted to make a video about him, but it's too late. Well, I am going to leave as well. I will see you guys next week. It's gonna be a busy day tomorrow a little bit. You guys take care and have a nice day, everyone. And I'm also gonna watch the Dragon Ball series that's coming out. So yeah, I'll see you guys later.